yesterday. I know, but we're back again for a special version of AnimeInkArt Live Talks, and today we're going to be speaking with four amazing people. It's been a while since I have more than one guest, so this is going to be very, very fun. But I hope you guys are having a good start to the weekend so far. It's Saturday. It's almost Sunday. We don't want to think about how the weekend's going to fly by. So I hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. And let's just get a few other people in here before we introduce our lovely guests. So definitely, yeah, I'm very excited that you guys are tuning back in for another show. So let's get some other people in here. We like to share it on our Instagram, but I also like to share it throughout the show, like on our Discords and everything like that as well. So let's just get a few more people in here, and yeah, then we'll introduce our lovely guest. So I think we have as many people as I can do right now. So all right. Okay, so today we have very special guests, Fall Paladin, as well as Dylan, Desmond, and Richard. So they all do amazing things, whether it's gaming, streaming, content creation, cosplay. Also, I learned as well that they also do TV work, specifically news work as well. So we'll definitely talk about, and also YouTube, and they do gameplays as well. So all of them do particular things within their relative spaces. So let's bring them all on the show and let's get it started. So let's get you all on here. Here we go. That's everybody. Hi
What's going
guys. How
on?
you guys
What's going on?
doing?
What's going on?
Hey,
How y'all doing?
What's down?
How is you guys weekend and week so far?
Oh, I'm tired. That's why I had to retreat to my man cave, which is still under construction. But hopefully 3 months from now it looks better. Like I don't even want to turn the camera. In fact, I'll turn the camera for just a minute. Like, yeah, it's a lot.
That's gonna be one hell of a man cave once you're done, though.
Yeah, we'll see. But it's hot. It's hot. This heat wave ain't no joke.
That's
Big
what's
on
up.
that, man. Glad I didn't have to work this weekend. Like I said, I just moved in my new apartment. I still got some construction stuff to do, but once it gets done, we gonna be on and popping.
For sure.
How was you guys weekends and week so far?
And then, like in and out of work, really just not doing like too much. Been studying. I got my upcoming semester, so that's pretty much it, man.
How was your weekend and week so far?
it's been good. Happy Saturday. I'm so
I
happy, but I
know.
got work. I had to think about it for a
It's
second.
getting it.
I don't know.
I do too. I always forget the days of the week. I'll be like, what's today?
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous, y'all. Are you guys nervous? Or you guys seem like pretty comfortable?
No, I mean, I talk on TV for a living.
Yeah, I did
It,
see that.
this
I
ain't
think
nothing to
I'm
me.
I'm pretty straight.
Yeah.
I think at first, like the idea of doing it was a little nerve wracking because I don't really do like live streams like a lot. You know what I mean? But once I actually got in the call, started talking with everyone, I was like, I'm fine.
Uh,
I'm
I mean,
alright.
that's what I always tell people. Like, whether you live or not, I mean, at the
Mhm.
end of the day, you talking into a box, and then it's just
Right.
somebody happens.
Right.
In this situation, somebody happens to be on the other side of that box talking. I mean, so like for what I do, there's thousands of people who watch every day. I mean, but I'm not talking to 1,000 people in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm talking to a camera. I'm looking at a box. It just so happens to be live.
Right.
The only thing is, ain't no redos is if it messes up. You know what I'm saying? And you can say my bad, but you got to keep on going.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's gonna be fun. Don't worry. So usually when I have this many people, I like for each person to talk about like what they do and like what inspired them to start. So whoever wants to go first.
Des, you want to go first?
Okay, I'll go. So right now, I currently work two jobs at the moment. I work at Lowe's for like my full time, and then I work at Cane's as my part time job. But in the future, my goal is to which I talked to Rich about like a couple of weeks ago. I do have a YouTube channel,
Mhm.
but I've only posted like 2 videos, and that was like almost like a decade ago. But after going to DreamCon and seeing all like the possibilities that like people do out there, I was like, man, I might need to put a little bit more effort into this because I know I got the capabilities to do so. And so now I'm in like an environment where like it's kind of possible because I don't have to worry about like I actually have the space to turn something into like a little studio or whatnot. So that's the game plan.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Who wants to go next?
I'm sorry. The reason I was laughing because AnimeInkArt in the background, you had somebody like kicking the door open trying to get in.
Oh,
Like,
that's probably one of either my husband. Probably.
that was so funny. I was like, he trying not to be seen. Like, he poked his head out and then he just kicked the door.
That's like the signature because like so I have a light right here like by the computer, so when they see that
Mhm.
light they know that I'm live, so they don't want to like
There's no on air. That's your on air button.
yeah. So whoever wants to go next.
I'll go next. So for me, very very similar story. I don't really like post as often as as I think I should. I go by DeeGoody on YouTube, right? It's really just a play on like my actual name being like Dylan Goodman. Um, it's just like the two nicknames that I have. Point being is that I upload like gameplay videos like every now and then. Really, I think probably my favorite is when I uploaded Dispatch last year because that was just like a really fun game. It's a story game. Like I feel like it's really not. It doesn't take that much editing. You kind of just play the game. Right now I don't upload as much because I'm undergrad. I'm a pre-dental student. I'm trying to like be a dentist, and so I'm like I have like my shadowing shit that I'm doing. So I don't really post as often maybe as I should, but there's reason for it.
Yeah.
That's what's up. What school you go to?
What's it called? I go to I live in New York City. I go to Queens College. I'm trying to get into Stony Brook for dental
Okay.
school.
Nice.
That's what's up, man. Stony Brook. I know about them because of basketball stuff.
Yeah, now they got facts.
Yeah. Little mid-major team. I guess I'll go next. I mean, as y'all see, my name Richard Denson. Des and I already know each other. That's like my best friend from college. I mean, I work for the news, as I've kind of alluded to. I work for the ABC News TV station in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm a sports reporter, sports anchor, sports producer. I'm also a news producer, so I always call myself like the Shohei Otani of the industry or the Travis Hunter of the industry because I play both sides. I'm in front of the camera and I'm behind the camera. So I write a lot of scripts for the anchors to read to you guys, and I can also do this shit myself. Such as 4th of July where I had to, go be a news anchor. But yeah, I kind of run our sports department. I have a weekly sports show called The 24th Floor, which is exclusively on our news app, the ABC 24 news app. It's also on YouTube because it's hard to get people to just download a news app because, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I always, like, when I'm sending it to my family and friends, I just always send the YouTube app. I mean, I tell them, go download the ABC 24 app. They're not downloading that app.
Hey, you never know, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I just do it because that's the company thing. I'm just here not so I don't get fined, like Marshawn Lynch said. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to plug ABC 24. That's what they care about in the company. They care about that damn app. But let's be real. People ain't downloading that app. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I send them the YouTube link. You know what I'm saying? You can catch what on that show we talk. We try to make it more Memphis-centric. So we talk about the Grizzlies. We talk about the Tigers. Ole Miss is in our area, about an hour and a half away. We talk about them. But lately, we really get in our pop culture bag with this segment we call The Best Thing I Saw, which is usually the best thing I saw. It used to be in the world of sports, like the best thing I saw, but now I kind of expanded it to pop culture. So that's where I really start talking movies. And now that's starting to kind of be my thing because I go to the movies a lot here in Memphis. Last year, I'm very big on, I won't say very big, but I'm active on Letterboxd. Last year, I think I watched like 65 movies. And I think 39 of those was in the theater. So, like, I love watching movies. So I've kind of started to bring that to my show. So the past 3 weeks I've been talking about like Odyssey, Spider-Man.
I
Damn,
still
what did
need to
I talk
watch
about the
this.
week before that? Damn, it was like 3 weeks in a row I was talking about something like in pop culture, but I forgot the last one. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I do. So yeah, I've been doing this since I graduated college, which was in 2018 when me and Des was in college. So yeah, it's the life. I'm always very busy during the weekend. By the time I get to my weekends, I'm in my Jimmy Butler mode where I'm just putting my head down. I was at the grocery store with my girlfriend and we were shopping, and then I just pulled over to the side and just put my head down. She was like, "What?" She was like, "What is wrong with you?" I was like, "Man, you need to look up Jimmy Butler. That's where I'm at right now." She was like, "Who is that?" I was like, "Oh my god."
What?
I was like, "Oh my." But yeah.
And yes, introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, first of all, for having us on your show. I'm Fall. I go by Fall. I'm at fallpaladin, live streamer on the Purple app. Just starting up the YouTube, so I got like more like gaming clips. And we all met at DreamCon, actually, even you. So like I got to meet you in person. Everybody here, we've all met in person. And also you guys failed to mention that you're cosplayers. So I'm just gonna throw that out
Well,
there.
I'm still a rookie to it. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
wouldn't
Y'all
say that.
Yeah.
Like,
cosplayers.
I only cosplayed
We're
at
at the novice
DreamCon.
level.
I mean,
Yeah.
y'all are
We
still
novice.
y'all are still
Beginner.
cosplayers, so
Easy mode.
we're gonna talk about that stuff. But
Because
Talking about
I
not
interview
beginner.
cosplayers. So I just started up in this whole interview segment thing where I do press for games at conventions, but I also interview cosplayers. So I was like, yes, like let's bring them in the room. Anime Ink Art, I know you cosplay. I do not cosplay. I'm just an interview host basically, and I'm just happy to be on the other side of the table.
Yeah.
definitely. And I wanted to ask all of you guys, how was it growing up for you, liking, all things like gaming, whether it's anime, comics, whatever you got into that made you into, a nerd, or, as they say. And how is it now that you get to, go to conventions, whether, you do interview content or you just go to have fun or you cosplay? How is it now that, you get to interact with other people that love what you love compared to when you guys grew up?
Wanna go first?
I think growing up, like there weren't that many kids who were interested in the same stuff that I like. I still like got along with them, but there was never really anybody that I could talk to about that specific interest. Like from the time I was like 9, I was already on my like Sonic, Naruto, Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball, like all that. You know what I'm saying? Like there was never really anyone for me to talk to about it. I got my pops into anime at like 19, so like growing up, he didn't actually, I didn't really watch with him either. But going to DreamCon for the first time, I think it was back in like 2023, like experiencing like a community of where like people just get the references that you're making, or you know what I'm saying, they want to take a picture of you and your cosplay, like they want to talk to you about it. Like it's such a refreshing experience, like because you don't get that very often. At least I didn't, like from my experience. So going there, that was always that's always the highlight of going to DreamCon is that sense of community that like that you have.
Everyone wants to
I
go
think for me, I think what kind of got me into it was like video games at first. And so like back then, like I dressed up as like, so at DreamCon I dressed up as Dante from Devil May Cry. And I was like, he wasn't automatically an anime character, but like as he grew popular, he became an anime character because like they just came out with like the Netflix anime and whatnot. But back then, like, when we was in, like, when I was in like elementary or middle school, like when it came to video games, if you didn't talk like the main games people was talking about, like was some like sports game or like Call of Duty, Call of Duty. That was like the main game. So it was like kind of hard for me to talk about like Devil May Cry back then.
Yeah.
But with DreamCon and like the way like anime is like growing popular, like it's amazing how like you go there. And I told Rich this last year.
Mhm.
It's like the thing I love about DreamCon the most, and going to cons and stuff now, is like stuff that you thought wasn't popular, like in your like feel like what you watch, you'd be surprised at how many people know that subject. And I
Yeah.
think that was like my favorite part of being there, because like last year, I think it was maybe when we dressed up last year,
Mhm.
I think I maybe only saw like one or two Dantes
Mhm.
from Devil May Cry. This year, it like quadrupled the amount. Like and so it's like when I tell people, like, when some people ask, like, I had a couple friends asking me, man, I want to dress up like, because they saw the photos I took for like
Yeah.
Dream. It was like, man, I really want to go to this, but I don't know who I want to be. And I
Mhm.
always tell people, like, man, just be anything. You don't have to be a certain character or whatnot. Because one thing I like about like going to cons and stuff now, you won't feel left out. And I
Yeah.
think that was like I think one of my favorite parts about going and meeting everybody. It's like, don't feel like you're gonna get left out, even if you don't have a cosplay. Don't feel like you're gonna be left out
Mhm.
just because you don't have one. You know.
It's very true.
That's real. That's
Yeah,
real.
you
I mean,
belong.
yeah.
I want to go. I want to go because you went last time, and I
Yeah.
can't follow you. You on TV? Let me go. I'll be real quick. I just want to piggyback on what you just said about not being left out. So I felt like I was a little left out when I was growing up because I didn't really see a lot of girls around me in my community playing games. And so
Mhm.
like the reason why I got into gaming was because I actually saw someone who looked like me on YouTube, Losty Girl, shout out to her. And then like going to DreamCon, just seeing other people I look up to, like Jazzy Guns walking around. I was like, oh my
Oh yeah.
god, like,
Yeah.
yeah, did you see her as well? Yeah, so just stuff like that, like, just really inspires me to keep going because I'm like, okay, they might not be right in front of you, but like, we exist. And what you said about cosplay and stuff about like the niche anime, the niche game that you think nobody's gonna pick up, like,
Mhm.
you'd be surprised. Like, there's a community for everything. And sometimes, like, for me, the games that I'm interested in aren't like the AAA most popular games. They're usually like indie games that nobody really has heard of, but I get to like provide some promotion to. Sometimes they're games like created by black people. You know what I'm saying? Like black people who look like us, and just to see that representation is really important for me because my brother is an aspiring video game designer or game developer. So I feel like, in a way, like I get to help my brothers my brothers in the community. And then what really got me excited was actually the conversation about Invincible. So like when you guys showed up at DreamCon and you were so excited like to talk about the show, I was like, yes, these are my people. Like, where you been at? You know what I'm saying? I've been wanting to talk about the show.
Mhm.
Especially talking about comics, and I'm like, I want to get into comics as well. And so I'm just really appreciative of the community and for you, Anime, for bringing us all together too to talk about this. But go
Yeah.
ahead. Thank you.
Dang. So like everybody's talking about like how they got into it. I think for me, it wasn't really necessarily people weren't into it. It's just they didn't have a definition for it. So when I was
Mm.
growing up, we was watching the Yu-Gi-Ohs, we was watching the Dragon Ball Zs,
Yeah.
the Pokemon, Naruto was on the come up. But the crazy thing is we didn't even know that shit was called anime. We just thought it was cartoons, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
So
I
that's
we
mean, that's
saw
true.
fair.
Ron and
That's
so
That's
fair.
we
true.
in class
That's
and we
facts.
talking about it. It wasn't until I got older that I just started realizing that it was like the definition and stuff. And so I feel like, for me, growing up, that was always kind of a bond when we would hang out at each other's house. We always playing video games. I mean, my first video game was like Tekken. So like that's why I've always really been into fighting games. Dez will tell you that's my favorite fighting game. Like we
Oh
used to
yeah.
be in the dorm. I used to be whooping his ass in Tekken. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yo,
that's
hold
the
on, wait.
thing.
Who you playing second? Who you playing second?
I played my dude is Law. Law, that's my
No, okay.
favorite guy. Like I
Word.
like Forrest, even though I know like Marshall is the main Law for like most of the Law games. But my first game was Tekken 3, so it was Forrest Law, his son, and then my backup character is Eddie. And then we play Tekken Tag, I get both of them. And Dez tell you, I don't lose with both of them. I don't lose when I got both of them. I done only probably lost like a handful of times when I play. But when we play Tekken Tag, I get both of them as my squad. They be telling me, nah, bro, you got to pick somebody else. That's all.
I will say, man, if there was one fighting game I wish I was good at, it was that one. It's Tekken.
Yeah.
Now, Mortal Kombat and Marvel vs. Capcom and like Naruto, I got that in the back. Yeah, that is.
When we was in college, we used to we'd be in the dorm. Everybody would have a fighting game they good at. For me, it's Tekken. For Dez, it's Mortal Kombat. For our friend Brandon, who didn't go to DreamCon this year, but he was with us last year, his was UFC. And we'd all just be, every time we like go against each other, when somebody start losing, they'd be like, nah, bro, put in another game. Like, nah, because you ain't. And it's but anyway, getting back to like the thing. So like, I always felt like there was a community for it. We just didn't really have a definition for it. And then of course, like people grow older and then they start moving on to other things that they like. For me, I kind of stayed down to always be in video games and liking stuff. Of course, like I said, I watch a lot of movies. Obviously, I love sports. So for me, I've always called myself a malleable person. I'm easy to get along with because I like a lot of things. And so I think that is kind of the reason why the support that I get in the community is so authentic. You know what I'm saying? Because I just kind of like a lot of stuff. But it wasn't until I really got to college that I started learning more about anime when I met Dez. Like, Dez put me on the Death Note. I didn't know what that shit was. He put me on the Demon Slayer. I didn't know what that shit was either. He put me on the Afro Samurai. He put me on the Sword Art Online. He put me on this so much. And I'm like, dang, bro, I felt like an anime virgin, bro. I didn't know, like, nothing about none of these shows until he put me on. So he put me on the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood on God. That's one of my favorite animes ever now, bro. We was watching that whole in the dorm. Like, oh my God, that's like one of my, so like, it wasn't until I met him that I started learning more about anime. And honestly, when it comes to like cosplay, like, I used to dress up for Halloween, like what kid didn't? You know what I'm saying? Like what person didn't do it for Halloween? But it wasn't until I started kind of learning about what cons were that I started seeing people dress up. But it's just like, as we know, like DreamCon is more for people who look like us to feel in a safe space. And it's just like, I think for our community, they only knew dressing up for Halloween. So if you do something else, it was so affiliated with non-POC. And so I kind of was a little bit nervous. Like, we were like, okay, we can talk about it, but are we going to dress like that? Nah. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why the first DreamCon me and Dez went to, we just didn't dress up because we was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? We going to talk about this, but we ain't finna dress about it. But then we felt so out of place in that we was like, all right, so if we do dress up, like, it's okay. This is the place to do that. So that's why, like, last year we dressed up. And like Dez was talking about, there'll be people who, like Dez was talking about Dante. I mean, for me, it was the Viltrumite. Like, I was a Viltrumite last year, not this year. Yeah. And, like, I swear it was only, like, 2 other people who I saw who was a Viltrumite. And then y'all know this year, it was a whole goddamn Invincible meetup where it was nothing but Viltrumites and nothing but thrash. You know what I'm saying? Them folks was deep. You know what I'm saying? So, like, to see how it's not necessarily bandwagon, I'm just saying, it just shows, like, how people really get, when they like something, they kind of lean into it. So I think for me, DreamCon still is the only place where I'm cosplaying because that's the only convention that I go to. I think now after this year, this will be in my 3rd year, I do now kind of want to go to more cons. Like, I want to go to San Diego Comic-Con. That's a big one. I want to go to MomoCon in my hometown of Atlanta.
Be careful with the other
unfortunately,
ones because they're mustier. Trust me.
Yeah.
Be careful. They're mustier than Dream. I'm telling you.
And I think
Dream don't smell that bad. Like,
I was watching. I think it was either on Instagram or Twitter. Someone brought this up, and I kind of feel the same way. Going to DreamCon and it being so great, especially as like our first con. Like, if I go to some other con and it don't hit the same, then I'll be like, man, I was like, I don't know. So I'm like, I do want to do more cons, but it's like, man, it's like
I mean, DreamCon set the standard.
It set the standard.
No, yeah. That's definitely
Well, I got to speak up on New York Comic Con. Y'all got to check out that.
No, yeah, definitely.
I'm surprised I never
do.
went.
I need to move around. I need to move
Right.
around, going to more cons.
Well, you definitely have time, and hopefully by next year to decrease the price a little bit. But
No, facts.
before we talk about, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move
True,
on
true.
before we talk about that. But yes, for fall, because it kind of ties into how you met everybody. You've been doing interview content for a while. I used to see you do the lives with different creators. You know, they do different things as well as cosplay. I also saw you did Nurse and Hip Hop's mini con where you were the you judged the cosplay contest. You got to interview different cosplayers, and now you do it at InCon conventions. So I wanted to ask, what inspired you to start the interview content, and how has that helped like grow your network and help any skills as a content creator for you?
Wow, you already know it's helped the network grow. You already know. No, but what inspired me to, you said what inspired me to do the interview content was honestly, I had a lot of questions, and just like you mentioned earlier about how like you got put onto all these different anime and you felt like an anime version. I was learning a lot from the community as far as like what games I should play, what shows I should check out, or like even just terminology, like the jargon. So I'm kind of like I was a beginner gamer, and at first I had trouble like even just calling myself a gamer because I was like, I'm just starting out playing the games. And it was like this big backlash a little bit when, as a black girl playing a game, they thinking like, oh, okay, are you for real or not? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, before I step into this space, let me first understand, what each of these communities look like. So the fighting game community, I know that's not really my place because y'all a little toxic. Okay. And some people love, so
Toxic.
I had to find out the listen, the
Not
way
feeling
so
welcome in a fighting game community? Nah,
you felt
it's surely not. It's surely not.
you say you
I will say you got to be mentally tough to do like consistent like fighting games like if you, let's say you streaming and you playing competitive, like I will say like a couple years ago when Mortal Kombat 11 came out, that's when I really started like trying to go up the ranks like on rank and stuff like that. And I think I made it all the way to like the third to the like highest you can be on there. But that took a while. It takes a lot of patience because like you have like how they set up in like these newer games now is like you got to win so much just to make it up just so little. But the moment you lose, you drop like immensely. So, but
you gotta have
I can
patience
get
for
why
the
it's
game, but
toxic.
you also gotta have patience for who you're fighting with, because all that talk, that back talk, you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh
I'll be
yeah.
open butt with Law and
Oh yeah.
everybody.
I just don't say nothing. When I'm playing the game, I just don't say nothing. And you can ask them. Like when we be
Yeah.
playing, I don't be saying nothing. I don't say nothing till the game over. But
Right,
when we
right,
playing,
right.
I'm as quiet as a mouse. I don't say
My
nothing.
my deal is I don't say nothing unless like the person I'm going against start talking trash. But I gotta make sure I win first before I say my trash.
There's a different level
Cause
of anger that like you have. If you not talking while playing a fighting game, that's why I know you're mad. That's how you're dead silent. You are dead silent. You not a single decibel is coming from that fucking mouth of yours, bro. That shit is
man.
pure silence. I know you're heated. I just know for a fact that shit'll never not fry me.
It gets to you, especially like if you on the like. I've had some days where like, man, I win a whole bunch in a row, but then there are some days where like, man, I start off cold, and it's like it's tough too because if you start off cold, I'm like, man, I'm gonna get a win soon. It's like you don't want to get off until you at least get a win.
Yeah.
But like I also know like as a gamer, like I don't play good if I'm already like frustrated. So sometimes I'm like, all right, man, let me get off the game before my like win to loss ratio goes like it just plummets.
You
And I
smash the
think,
controller.
and I'm like, I think it was really intense for like not Mortal Kombat 11, but anybody that played Mortal Kombat X. because that one, like, is insane. Because like, it's a lot. It's a lot like faster pace. So you got little to like no error. Like if you make one error, I done seen like people get looped into like 20 hit, 30 hit combos, and it's just like I'd be ready to chunk my controller if I was like get hit for that long. Like it was like, hey, that's people don't be playing fair with this.
That's crazy.
No, that's facts. I tried to. So I saw Losty Girl, right? She was the one who inspired me. So my friend was like, "Look at her! Like she was not that great of a gamer, but now she's like top notch, you know, in Mortal Kombat." So I
Oh
thought
yeah.
that my little self was going, "All right, let me try to do some Mortal Kombat," and then they're like, okay, first you're gonna start off in the training room and you're gonna learn all these combos. And I'm like, wait, hold on, what? I'm not just gonna go in the ring. And he's like, no, you gotta learn the
No.
combos first. And so I put a lot of respect on fighting game competitive players. I have a lot of respect for them. It's just that I actually started sitting down and talking to people and interviewing them, and I realized like that's a little bit part of the culture. That's part of the fun. It's like the back talks. I was like, I mean, and then I talked to Cozy Girl, you know, Cozy Gaming players, and I was like, oh, they're very chill. It's just different types of like communities within the gaming space. I was really trying to find my place, and then people started like, you know, just I became friends with some people to this day. Like now it's been like years since I've like used to have those interview conversations. I got to meet Miss Teely. She's a beast in Tekken. She got signed to the esports team, and I just saw like the growth of other streamers. Some people stopped streaming, you know what I'm saying? And just like you just see the evolution of people. And so like I feel like interviewing just became natural because I'm just naturally curious. I listen to people and I want to respect the community and kind of find my where I belong. I think I belong in the interview space, but also I just want to bring other people up. You know what I'm saying? Like how you're doing, like you're introducing people to new faces in the community, somebody that somebody might not have known before. And I want to just bring people together like how you're doing. But now I'm like even more niche because I used to just talk to everybody, like artists, comic book creators, musician, you know, musical artists, like everybody. Now I'm like, no, like you started off as a gamer and streaming. Like let's focus in on like what you actually want to do, which is like let's break into the gaming industry, y'all. Let's get in there. You know what I'm saying? Let's figure out because I feel like
Right.
that's an industry that I don't know. It's got a little mystique behind. Like, how do you even actually get into working for some of these game studios? So that's my goal. Break into the industry.
That's awesome.
What inspired you?
Everybody gotta eat.
Oh, you asking me?
Yes.
I feel like it's a variety of things. So long story short, when I first started, I was just trying to figure out how to sell my art. That was the main thing. So I like printed it out, you know, through the companies that you can get like the art prints, and that's when I had posted on Instagram because I wasn't like a frequent. I know some people are like, "Oh my god, you are frequent. You post." I've been doing this since 2021. I had to get practice. Like it wasn't just a thing. Like I wasn't here for years. Like some people. I had like Instagram, but it was just to post my art like for Inktober, and then I would disappear for 6 months because like it drains a lot out of you, and then you would maybe post like a birthday picture. So that was me technically. So when people told me to sell art, I wasn't sure. I was like, I would give it as gifts and everything. I did that for all my. I was like, oh hey, you can DM me if you like how much it costs and everything. Realized that might not work. I was like, okay, I need to figure out where to sell it. One of my friends was like, go onto Redbubble. That's how it started. I just was trying to do Redbubble. I would post like, you know, my little beginner videos, like, you know, like the slideshows of like how I started the drawing, how it finished, and that type of thing. You know, had my little run-ins with trying to get help promoting it or getting like the promote stuff on Instagram, and then realizing I get bots to my page and all types of different little setbacks and stuff, like getting people to help me, and then they want to like, you have to spend such and such, or you got to do this at this time, and I'm like, am I even doing the right thing? And that was like 2020, early 2022. I came across a community when they were still around called Famicom Online, and that's how I found other Black like blur creators. So because I live in an area where I don't want to say they're closeted, but they kind of are still a little closeted. I live in the tri-state. I live in New Jersey. I live in Irvington. Prior to that was Hillside. It's a small area, so it's kind of like if you talk about anime to them and they do, they'll be like, "Oh my god," and then they will. They won't really just say it out loud. But we had a group prior to me doing AnimeInkArt where they wanted to be, like when you start something, they're like, "We're gonna do what nobody else did." Little did they know people were doing things since 2018. You know what I mean? But we were such a small town, they didn't know that. But they wanted to like be like the big top dogs. They wanted to do podcast content and reviews and everything like that. But not everybody could come together at the same time or had the same commitment. So we all break off and do our own things. And I decided to do AnimeInkArt, and I saw all these different people doing businesses and stuff. And so I was like, okay, I'm trying to figure out how to promote myself. Maybe I'll share other people in the process. So people that been around since 2022, they know about me doing AnimeInkArt Black Brand Spotlight while I was showing off like my artwork and sort of kind of half cosplaying because I wasn't cosplaying as frequently yet. It was kind of just like us promoting when I would go to pop-ups because that's how I started doing pop-ups before I tried to do conventions and then fast forward to the podcast. So that's how I kind of like started. It was just more so like I'm trying to promote myself, but then it's all these cool people. Maybe people that don't know about them can learn, and then I can meet people. That's how I ended up meeting people, and people started interacting with me, and that it went from there. The show was just a few years, like 2 years in, about 2.5 years in. I was already like kind of trying to figure out my way, and it kind of motivated me to keep going because I met all of these people. I didn't feel as lost because I'm like, okay, there's actually a community of people that like these things or like anime or what I'm even drawing or doing. And it was just because everybody had different experiences within the community and not feeling seen or maybe feeling seen, or maybe we have to support each other better. So I just started with people that I knew already, asking like the people that know. I was just like, hey, do you want to talk with me? Because I don't go live by myself. It was a kind of a weird thing. And I was just like, come talk with me. Let people learn more about you. Let's see if this is going to work. I don't know if this is going to work. It wasn't really the first thought when it came to the interview content at all as well. And, people liked it. They liked that I was just asking about them. And then it just turned into what this is. So that's really I tried things to see how it would work, and then kind of hope for the best. Like I didn't know where it was gonna go per se. It's just that I said I wanted to try it, so I just tried it, and then I just kept doing it, and then that's kind of how it kept going.
And are you seeing success with promoting your art? The reason why you did it was that. So are you seeing success there?
I'm seeing I feel like because of the show, people are interested in learning more about me, if that makes sense. Because what it is when you do multiple things in the space is that people know you for different things. So sometimes it takes one thing for people to be interested in the other things, if that makes sense. So that's what I've learned. Like sometimes the networking aspect of podcasting helps people if you want to push stuff out and they see it because they like the other stuff you do, it helps. That's what I've noticed. Yeah. And yeah. So that's the story pretty much. Thanks for asking me. And actually, I wanted to ask DeeGoody, what inspired your name that you use for your YouTube, and what started your YouTube journey? Because you do video game playthroughs when you get a chance.
True. Okay. So for me, I have I'm pretty sure I'm probably like the youngest one here. Like I turned like 21 recently. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I might look a little. Yeah, I might look a little older, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like my like people I guess around me, like people like that are my age, like we've been wanting to be YouTubers since we were like 7, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I created my YouTube channel, I want to say maybe when I was like 16, right? So I was contemplating the name, right? And so I went with I can't even recall some of the like previous ones. But I think I kind of went for simplicity, where growing up, like my nickname is either D or Goody, and because my name is Dylan, my last name is Goodman. So some people have called me either or. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna combine my two nicknames, and then that'll be my handle. And I think at first, like no matter what you pick, whenever you make your name, it kind of feels weird for a while. But like for me, I got more and more used to it. So I feel like now, like seeing DeeGoody, I'm like, okay, yeah, like that's like I like that handle personally. What got me inspired? Probably, I mean, I could list all these. It's like obviously, RDC, Berleezy, Dashy. Um, I think as a kid, like the first like big YouTuber that I watched was like Jacksepticeye, so that was probably also a big inspiration. But I think my style of recording is more so like reminiscent of maybe like Dashy or Berleezy or X, Y, and Z. And I think like if like what I mean if you watch like any of my videos. So for me, like I try to have like a as like much energy as possible like when recording these videos, because I feel like I'm more like a mellow dude. Like sometimes like when I record a video, I'll pop like an energy drink and just start playing. I think especially in my videos with like a face camera, because a lot of my videos have no face cam, right? I think I only have it for Resident Evil 7 and Dispatch, which is like those are more energetic videos, right? So I've been starting to do that. And just in general, I've been trying to record more, just period. Like I don't necessarily have to have like this big game plan when it comes to recording. Sometimes like me and my friends will just play like a random game and I want to record that, or sometimes I'll stream it. Very rarely, like I said, because I don't really live stream. But yeah, I mean, it's just something that I really enjoy doing, and I definitely want to pursue it further. I just want to allocate a certain amount of time, because it's not like I'm busy, but I'm busy to where I can still upload a video every now and then. Like that's how I feel at least. But yeah, thank you for the question.
Yeah, no problem. And definitely for Richard, I know that you're a news anchor. You're in the sports area now, producer, as well as coordinator and everything like that. What started you into this career? 'Cause I did go a little bit far back, and you had like a picture like with your dad talking about like that's kind of like what started the itch, like learning from different people that were already like doing things like that or in the industry. So what inspired your journey into like doing this?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, I originally, believe it or not, I didn't want to do this when I first started. Like, like I said, I'm a big movie guy. So, like, when I grew up, I thought I was gonna be a movie director. Shout out Ryan Coogler, he's doing everything that I thought I was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So like my dad really got me into movies, and he had this big VHS DVD collection, and we would just always watch stuff. So I thought I was gonna be a movie director. It wasn't until like what grade? I want to say 11th grade. It was a guy who we had a teacher. I forgot what she taught. But her husband came, and he was a cameraman for the Steelers. And he was always on the road traveling, and so he was just like. He talked to me. He was like, "What you want to be?" I was like, "I want to be a movie director." He was like, "Yeah, bro, you know how hard that shit is?" I was like, "What?" You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "I used to want to be a movie director, bro. That shit is hard, bro." He's like, "If they ain't fucking with you."
He's trying to crush your dreams, man. God damn.
No, he did it. But he was just like, "Bro, that's like really, really hard." And he was like, "What else you like?" I was like, "I love sports." He was like, "You got a better shot of like doing that." And I was like, okay, well, I really like sports and movies damn near equal at this point. So, but I really was thinking more movie director. And I was like, well, my process is if you enjoy what you do, you never work a day in your life. So, you know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, well, I want to actually if I want to make money, I want to make money doing something that I like. So that's when I decided I was going to pivot. I was like, okay, well, maybe movie directing may not be for me if it's going to be this hard. But I know for sports, as competitive as it is, me at my best ain't nobody really kind of rocking with me like that. It reached my full potential. So that's when I kind of decided right then and there, that's what my career was going to be. So it was glad, because a lot of time, no shade, we in high school, we don't know what we want to do. When we get to college, we still don't know what we want to do when we get in there. You know what I'm saying? We freshman year, where you at this school for if you don't know what your major going to be? You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I knew from the jump, when I graduated, I was like, okay, I'm finna go be a sports broadcaster. And then, I ended up going to Oklahoma State. And people why the fuck you going to Oklahoma? You in Atlanta? What are you doing here? And so I was like, for me, it was like looking at the peak. I'm covering future athletes because the Oklahoma State's the Big 12, so we're gonna be like future pros, folks who are gonna be in the NFL, NBA, MLB. You're gonna have ESPN come cover your games, Fox Sports cover your games. So for me, it's like networking. And so, for right then and there, like that's how I knew, like, okay, this is gonna really be the thing for me. And like, of course, I wanted to be one of those play-by-play guys, like what you hear on TV. And then I just started kind of realizing like the path with that being play by play wasn't as cut out, wasn't so easy or straightforward as just being in the news industry, the TV news industry. So, once I was like, all right, once I'm in the broadcast, I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to do play by play because that shit too hard. Let's go do the TV news industry because there's so many pathways you can take to that. You can get closer to the bag doing that. And, everybody, as good as I thought that I was in college, and Dez will tell you, like, I thought I was the shit when I was in college. When you get out, when you graduate, you realize everybody wants to do sports. It's the most coveted job. And so, like, I had a little bit of a humbling when I didn't get a sports reporter job out of college. But I knew I was, like, I had the skills to be in the TV news because I'm a great writer. I thought I was a pretty good writer. So, when my professor had told me, he was like, yeah, man, like, this sports shit is hard. So, like, you can get it, but it's going to be hard. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, you can get a job tomorrow if you just bite the bullet and go be a news producer. He was like, you a hell of a writer. You write most of our shows anyway. Just embrace news. And I was like, okay, well, I finally did it once we graduated and I didn't have a job, which cause some of my people who I graduated did have a job. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do a news producer job. So I got my first job in Quincy, Illinois, like bumfuck nowhere, like West Central Illinois. Like the closest big city is St. Louis. It's like 2 hours away. And so, like, I was a morning producer there, just writing scripts. We had, maybe like 30 people who worked for the TV station. You know what I'm saying? But, just that kind of, like, my journey began there. Like, I was there through COVID. Then after that, I went to Houston for a little cup of coffee. I was a temp producer there. Then I went to Minnesota, southeast Minnesota in Rochester, like an hour and a half away from Minneapolis. And now I'm in Memphis. And the whole time, like, I knew I wanted to be in the sports. So, like, I would always make sure I'm good in my regular job as news, but I'm still learning the tricks of the trade on the other side with sports. And, like, because they knew how good I was on both sides, they start really letting me eat on the sports side when the opportunities came. And then they was like, okay, this kid actually got something. You know what I'm saying? So that's why from day one, I've always been like this, to be able to be good on both sides, because, like, I came in as a news producer and having to learn news and care about it, because, like, I'm pretty sure none of us really care about news like that, you know what I'm saying, or politics. I still really don't care about it, you know what I'm saying, but I'm like, you wouldn't know, but, like, with me at work, because of how smart I am about it. But, on the sports side, just kind of learning from so many other people. And then, like I said, like, for me, I always try to be authentic. I know, like, in our industry, people have this thought process that we got to be perfect and that we have to talk a certain way. The way how I'm talking to y'all now is exactly how I talk on TV. I don't switch anything up. And I think that's why people like me, because they feel like, okay, he doesn't have an anchor voice, he's just him. You know what I'm saying? Like, how he's talking to us now. The only thing I do is I don't cuss. Obviously, when I'm on TV, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like, how I am with y'all is exactly how I am on TV. I try to be as relatable as possible. I try to be as, everything that I write, everything that I say, try to make it easy to understand. It is fun. Obviously, we all, like, in some type of way, we like sport. Me and Dad talk about football all the time. We talk about sports all the time. Dylan, I found out he a Knicks fan, so me and him, like, we're chopping it up about basketball. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's easy. It's fun. It's fun to do. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for the pathway that I took.
Yeah, definitely. And for Desmond, I went back into the page because I know you just started cosplaying, but it kind of seemed like you were going to do it a little bit. I did see like Homecoming years ago when you did like the Ghostbusters, like dressing up a little bit. And I know that you want to do YouTube more. So my 2-part question is, what got you to finally be like, okay, now I'm really gonna like dress up and like be okay doing it more? And when you do decide to do YouTube more, like like, you know, doing more videos, what do you want to get into for people that may be interested, like when you decide to do YouTube more often?
Okay. I guess for your first part, Rich knows this. It's like last year when we cosplayed for DreamCon, it was more like we got costumes, but it was like sparing the moment. And so it was like, man, I really want to be this, but like at the same time, we kind of waited too late to try to get a costume that has really, really good detail to it. And so this year I was like, okay, I know exactly who I like. At least the Dante costume, I was like, I definitely was going to be him. But I saw someone dressed up as Dante from like DMC5, and I was like, I see that or like the anime one, but I was like, man, if I'm gonna be Dante, I wanted to stand out a bit. So I was like, let me be the classic. Let me be like from the first game. And I think what made me really want to get serious into it now is the reception I got for like so many people. Cause the year before, like we had people come up to us because we had our cosplay, but it wasn't to the extent it was like this year. Like, I think I got in, like when we first got there on Friday, I think we was like barely 5 minutes in, and I saw like a Dante and a Virgil like cosplay, and it was like, man, you got the classic suit, and I was like, yeah, I was like, man, and so that's what kind of got me a little bit more serious into that, and then like the reason I got Thrag was because like I didn't know because I just watched the show. I didn't read the comics because like if you read the comics, it's like going into spoiler territory.
Yeah.
And I want to keep myself like surprised each time I watch a new season.
Makes
But
sense.
when I watched that like them last 2 episodes of like season 4, I was like, oh yeah, I definitely got to be him. I got to be him. And so now I was like, man, like I want to get into it a little bit more, and I kind of got like know the formula like how to do it like now. Like you like if you want to get like those real like nice cosplays, um, you got to be early on it. You have to be early on it just because they take time to make. Like there's one cosplay that I'm looking up right now. It's gonna cost a good little bit of money, but if you start not like you start early on it, you can be able to like get into it. And then like your second question, I believe what I want to do, like I want to do gameplay, which I got 2 videos of gameplay of like Devil May Cry 1. But what I kind of want to do is like, which people are not doing as much like they used to, or let's plays. A lot of times you see uh, videos of just someone just streaming, or like they playing the game, but they not really, I guess, teaching you some of the mechanics of the game or like the ins and outs. And that used to be like really big back in the day, but now it kind of went down a little bit. And I was like, I kind of want to get into this field because like you can ask Richard too. I kind of like I'm not gonna say like a huge challenge, but like when I do play games, I do kind of play them on like sometimes on the higher difficulty setting. Just because like some stuff like I know in like classic game, not just Devil May Cry, but even like some of the old God of War games or like maybe Ratchet and Clank or whatnot too. Some features are locked if you
Would
play it on the easier setting.
would you ever do like one of those videos where it's like, oh, 100% walkthrough, you know what I'm saying? Or at least like maybe a certain, because you said that you like doing or like playing the games at like certain difficulties, whatever. Like would
Yeah.
you make like a walkthrough of that entire thing like as one video, or would you do like multiple videos?
I would, if I go that route, I would like to do multiple videos
Yeah.
just because like I want each level. Like let's say if I'm playing, because I mainly play story based games or like action adventure. Like I want each level to get its shine. Because
Fair.
like it's hard to get like each level its shine if you just got it all jumbled up, you know.
Okay.
So I think if I do something like that, I will do um, like full like walkthrough, like this video maybe mission 1 or this video mission 2 or whatnot. Uh, and I think who kind of got me into like wanted to do that is there's like a lady that did like Devil May Cry videos like a while back, like years ago, and her name was Accounting Nightmare. And the reason why I enjoyed her is because like she did like walkthroughs
All right, hold
on
on.
the hardest setting and kind of like gave you like the like ins and out of like, hey, this is how you do this way, or like if you do this, this is what's going to happen. And I'm like, man, I kind of want to get into that. And so like 2 of my videos I did it on the, like it's almost like I did a boss fight, but it was like a challenge to myself because anybody can just fight someone on the like on normal easy, but not a lot of people want to fight this hard boss like on the hardest level. And
Yeah.
I feel like video games back then, like they did not hold your hand on like how to beat somebody. So you have to like really find out, and like you have to like it took a lot of trial and error to like find the in and out of like some of the boss fights. And I was like, and that's what kind of got me intrigued on like if I do start, I want to go like I kind of want to start on the older games and then work my way up to the newer games because like now like what I've noticed like if I play like on let's say I'm gonna bring up a game like Wolverine that's coming out next month. I might want to play the hardest setting, but some hard settings is not like a lot of thought process to it. And like back in the day, it's like it's more than just okay, we just gonna up the health and make enemies hit harder on like the old games. Some stuff, and I keep bringing up Devil May Cry because the way the way they introduce their hardest mode is more than like, hey, we gonna up the difficulty level or whatnot. We making
Talking
let's
about
say we
Dante
do
must
the
die.
yes,
Mm.
like I like it's a difficult mode, but it's like worth it because like one of the aspects of it was like not only we gonna make enemies harder or we gonna make like your health low. Some of the items that you used, like let's say to help you get through the way, we're gonna max up the prices, and we're gonna cap you out on the amount that you can get. So now you got to think, hey, if I got these amount of orbs, do I want to buy it on healing, or do I want to buy it on like getting someone out the way?
It makes you think more,
It makes you
essentially,
think
Yeah, it
more.
makes you
rather than
critically
just
think.
like, okay, I'm saying.
Yeah, and so I kind of want to do that, but like I want to add my flair to it. Like I want to add like uh how I would feel like playing this because I know another thing I've noticed too in game like in like when you venture into those challenge videos or whatnot, a lot of people like to see you fail and like to
That's a
see like
fact,
reactions of
yeah.
you failing. Like and and it's funny because like I will watch like a YouTube like if I search up something like let's say like a random video game and I see someone like do a like 100% no damage run. Like, yes, I can see it, but it's like since a lot of people do that already, I'm like, man, I don't want to like venture to that. But if I see someone that has like that same type of video, like, hey, we did this, but there's some like errors involved, or like there's like some fails and like has some trials and tribulation to it, I can kind of relate to that more because it's like, man, this person took a while to do it, but they did it in a more like reasonable path. Someone not like necessarily like a god of the game or
More
something like that.
realistic.
It's more realistic. So like when like people like to see you fail, it's like, well, we can relate to failure. in a way.
Yeah, instead of that perfection.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and like now, hats off to the people that do those perfections, like that does that, because that takes so much time to do, and you got to look into like so many enemy patterns or like gaming patterns or like the ins and outs, and you're not gonna get that unless you're and like we all got lives, like we all got like stuff we got to do outside of gaming. So like you got to put so much effort in to even do that.
Yeah.
But I think if I do like venture into
Say
the
say
more,
you got too much time on your hands.
yes, you got to.
Oh god.
Hey, Dez used to get mad when we used to be playing Madden online, and then he'll
Oh,
get
man.
mad when he play Ultimate Team, and then somebody got a team full of 99s. He was like, "Bro, you
Yeah.
spent too much time on this game.
Like
You spent money on this game. Like,
you
he
got
hate
to, and
that
it's
shit."
like, man, and I think that's another reason why I don't play Madden like that no more. Because like, it's not like when you play online now, unless you're doing head to head. If you play Ultimate Team, you got to. It's almost pay to win, essentially. Like that team, like I remember it vividly, and it was like I worked hard for that little team that I had,
Yeah.
and the dude that they matched me up, in which I forgot the dude's name, but every card he had was a 99 overall. My highest card was like a 92 overall,
Oh shit.
and it's just like, and it was funny because like we would look at this like let's say we picked up a play, and like it shows you typically like if you look at the play beforehand before you say hike, it'll show you like the matchups,
The mismatch, yeah.
the mismatches, and if it's green on your end, then like okay, you good.
It's
But if it's
favorable. If
red,
it's red,
it's no go. And literally I think besides one play, my whole screen on my side was red.
Oh shit.
And it was like I'll play, and like I remember there was like one play I did, and I tried to throw like a not necessarily a Hail Mary, like it was like a post. The,
four
it was
verticals.
so much. It was so much of a mismatch. The defender was up
They
there
try
waiting
warning
on
you.
the ball to get to him, and my guy was still running
Oh shit.
to the ball. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not playing this no more. I'm like, I'm not. Now, when I play head to head, it's more of an even playing field.
Yeah.
But when you play Ultimate Team, unless you putting money in, I'm not putting no money in no sports game. I'm sorry. I'm not
I'm just
doing
not
that.
doing it. Fair.
It's not that serious.
Yeah.
It's almost like when people be spending money on VC and 2K. That's why I don't play that shit no more.
Yeah.
That is true.
And it almost take
Man,
the fun. It
folks
almost
will
take the fun out
literally
of the
spend
game
3
too.
times of the game on the VC. Like, that's crazy. The game already costs $70. Somebody will damn near put $300 into their my player for
Hey,
1
y'all
year,
just gotta
by the
get some
way.
money up. Just get
Got
your
our
money,
money
up.
up.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, that's
I can't do that.
That's we gonna get our money up, but it's gonna stay in our accounts rather than going to
Facts.
EA. You feel what I'm
That's
saying?
facts.
I'm not sending that shit over to
Exactly.
2K.
All
That
them
shit gonna stay in my
microtransactions.
account.
That's facts.
Hey, it
That's
depends on what you consider an investment. You know, them gotcha games will do that too.
I'm just
Yeah.
I can't. I haven't played 2K since like I think 17. I want to say that I haven't played
What
that.
games do you play?
That's probably the last one I played.
I have a big ass library of games, man. I feel like in turn like when it comes to this nerd shit, I feel like I'm at least as of late, I'm far more of a gamer than I am like an anime watcher. And I've watched like a decent amount of anime, right? But when it comes to this
This is
gaming
Anime
shit, like,
Inc. By the way.
Oh no! Listen.
So you know
We can most definitely still talk about the anime. Listen, I'm not a novice when it comes to that.
We can
Trust me.
still rap
Trust me.
about
We
it.
could. That's
We
what I'm
can still
saying.
rap
Like,
about it.
we're good. I promise.
What do you consider as a novice? First of all,
As a novice, like if
anime.
it's not so much about maybe the amount. Nah, actually, it probably is amount. Like even if you watch like relatively mainstream shit, like I don't really give. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, you haven't watched the time I turned into a dragon at NASA. Like I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna get on you for not knowing that. It's like, but if you watch like a certain amount, I don't know if you've watched the big three, Hunter, Dragon Ball, X, Y, and Z. Like,
Wait, you gotta be big three watcher to be more than a novice. You said.
It's weird because there are people who don't fuck with shonen at all, and I wouldn't consider them novices either. It's really just the amount of shows that you watch. Period. Like there are some people who are more into like shojo, right? So they'll just watch shojo. There are people who are into like a bunch of seinen, so they'll only watch seinen. And it's like I wouldn't call you a novice. But I think someone who has like thoroughly watched, if you watch the entire big three, if you watch even just One Piece in general, like I love One Piece, but if you just watch the entirety of One Piece in general, like I would not consider you a novice. I would not, because that takes a level of dedication.
One episode of One Piece, bro.
Listen, I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and turn this podcast into a
So before
reason to watch One Piece.
Before I ask the next question, I will say I feel like that's a nuanced question. So I feel like I feel like a novice is somebody that comes in asking for recommendations, meaning that they haven't started yet. So that's what I feel like a novice is, like baseline, and then maybe it just goes up from there, like in terms of like the level. So it's kind of like I feel like novice, like you come in and you maybe watch whatever somebody told you was current, and then you watch it. That's probably, and then after that, it just depends. Like you started, if you find your own thing, I feel like you're a little bit past novice. And then some people are just like fucking experts. They watch every single thing in every single genre. But then some people don't. Some people, got lives. They haven't caught up to every single genre. But they probably watch some stuff. So I feel like it's a nuanced like question when it comes to that, pretty much.
When it comes to the gaming though, like I am on my shit though. I'm telling you.
Okay, what are you on your shit about? Let's define that.
I think what's it called? I am a big like there's not really like one genre I could really say that like defines like what I play. You know what I'm saying? Like I will indulge in fighting games. My friend who I believe is actually watching right now, we also like play Tekken. I cannot say that I am the greatest Tekken player, right? Because he does whoop my ass a lot of the time. You know what I'm saying? We'll play what's it called? In terms of fighting games, it's mostly Tekken and Smash. I think I've played like Street Fighter maybe with him one time, but I digress. I think platformers, like action adventure games, like I'm a big Sonic guy. Like that's me and Sonic share the same birthday as a fun fact for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Sonic, that's basically brethren. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my brother. Yeah. If you really want to think about it. Mm-hmm. But like what's it called? I grew up, obviously playing Mario, Sonic. I played like a little bit of Rayman at one point, Castle Crashers. So now I feel like just any type of action. I don't know, like. Even some like strategy games, my friend's been trying to get me to play like Persona, so I've been playing that. Like, I have a lot of consoles. Like I have like a PS5 that I don't play it very often. I have my PC that I'm right. Yes, I have my PC that I'm talking to y'all on right now, and then I have my Switch. And I feel like out of all the games, like I probably have the most amount of games on my Switch and on my PC. And I have a big library. I don't know. Like I'm willing to play anything. I think that's a good place to put it. Like I'm willing to play anything of any genre. Like have it be a story game. You know what I mean? Like a choice based game rather.
Right.
Have it be whatever X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, that's fair. And
bro, I got a bunch of games that I don't even play, bro. Like my PS5 library is huge. I tell Dez all the time every time we talk.
Collecting dust.
I literally be buying games and don't be playing them hoes. Them shits just be sitting in the library on digital. It's like, for me, when you in the store and you see something on sale and you're like, I gotta get it.
Especially when it's on sale. That's the most dangerous shit when it comes to.
Just because it's on sale and I don't be playing it, bro. I be getting so mad at myself.
Just I don't mean to like sidetrack anything. Just give me like one game that you bought that you haven't played. I'm actually curious. Like
Uncharted.
Okay. I was gonna try and like see if you're gonna say a game like I really fuck with. And I would be like, oh, you haven't played that? I haven't played Uncharted either. I'm not gonna lie.
I give you another one. I haven't played Horizon Dawn. That was like one of the first games that came out with the PS5. It's that Horizon Dawn game.
Yeah, definitely. And I definitely gonna talk about like how you guys all met and you guys love for Invisible. Before I ask that, I wanted to ask Fall about how your journey has been streaming and as well as YouTube, and also how has it been going doing press for games, because you do like the videography and the interview content.
As you were talking, I was like, man, that's a lot of work. Streaming, YouTube, press for games. I've actually like I'm on a hiatus on streaming. As I was listening to Desmond, as you were talking about the Let's Plays, I was just taking notes. Like, I could just take these clips that I stream and just like talk over them and put them on YouTube. So I'm in the process of transitioning over to YouTube because everybody raves and raves about YouTube. We're on YouTube right now, and I'm super proud of YouTube for like doing this interview on YouTube because you don't need any subscribers to go live.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so I really want to transition over to YouTube. Press for Games is just kind of like, it kind of just happened. I kind of fell into it, you know what I'm saying? Like, almost it's still Richard's answered about, like, I didn't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that I didn't want to do this. It was just like, I'd never officially called myself like a host, like someone who asked questions. I was just curious and talking to people. And so one day, I was officially, in the position of walking around with a camera person at Nerds and Hip Hop. And I was like, how did I get here? This is a job. This is a whole job. With a mic and everything, asking people questions. And so I'm like, I'm really trying to figure out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm still trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm kind of, if you have any suggestions, I'm open to suggestions as far as what you think I should do. Because I think live streaming is very time consuming. There's no discoverability. So you really have to build an audience before, from another platform and bring them over, just like here, like, hey guys on IG, like come watch this here live. And then on the YouTube front, I mean, Desmond, you kind of mentioned like somebody has done your idea already. So what are you gonna do that's gonna make you stand out, or what's gonna be? So I really don't know about that. You said something that really perked my ears up when you said people like to watch you fail, and I was like, ooh, I failed. You said what?
Oh yeah, like it just because like when people fail in video games, it's a lot more relatable than someone doing like a no damage 100% run. Like it's crazy. And I'm not saying like we want to fail, but like sometimes you got to fail to figure out like what's going to work and what's not going to work for you.
So wise. But yeah, the only issue I have with that is sometimes like just as a Black female, I feel like there's a little bit of pressure to like not to show a perfect side, but definitely don't just like, I feel like there's a little bit of a standard that we gotta cross as far as like failing, because if people watch me fail too much, they're gonna be like, they're gonna have a perception of like what I feel like almost a little bit of like there's a responsibility on my shoulders to kind of represent properly. So, but there is a way to do it where it's funny, entertaining. And so like you kind of giving me ideas, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm still figuring out. I did the live streaming. I've done the well, I'm in the process of getting my YouTube clips, but that's requiring some video editing. So I'm in school right now, just trying to learn how to do really good YouTube videos. And I think it starts with just watching. So I just took a note of that person you just mentioned, which was Accounting Nightmare. You said, I'm gonna take a look at her channel.
One thing that she did with those with that series was she did her walkthroughs, like she did her let's plays, like she didn't really show any failures, like with the missions itself. It's just that after the walkthrough was done, she was like, "Hey, I want to let you know this wasn't easy, but I do have a blooper reel of all the fails that I had in one compilation video." And I know some people may put like another YouTuber that I watch is Jethro. If you guys know him, he kind of reminds me of Corey Kenshin. If y'all know who that is,
I
he kind of has
Corey
that
Kenshin.
same.
That's my dog, bro.
He kind of has
dog.
that.
That's who I watch. Corey Kenshin.
He kind of so Jet. He kind of has that same. He's coming up. He's getting a lot more popular, but he kind of has that same like aspect of like, hey, he got face cam and stuff now. He used to, when he started, he didn't have face cam, and like he'll play and he'll fail, but then like he'll be like, all right, I need to, and then he'll just he'll lock in and get it done. And so
Mhm.
it's not like I want to show you too many failures, but I
Yeah.
want to at least show you like, hey, this run ain't perfect.
Mhm.
Mm.
And so like when I watch them, it's like, man, I can, I tell myself, man, I can do this too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to put your time into it and actually start. Because I
Yeah,
know a
put
lot
your
of
back
times
into
I've
it.
told myself, uh, man, I got to wait on the perfect time to do
Mm-hmm.
this. But when it comes to something that you want to do, you
Mhm.
got to make that perfect time.
Yeah.
Because if you keep waiting, it won't never come.
So before I ask the next question, I like when it comes to advice, it really depends. And the only advice I could give, because I guess I've been here a little bit longer in the space, I guess you could say. And some people like to joke that I'm famous, but guys, I only have like I don't have 3,000 followers yet. Calm down. It's the people I know now. I guess that's why they say that. But like the only like advice I could give you is like if you like what you do, just keep going, to be fair, because
Yeah.
right now like we're against the algorithms for every single platform. And the thing is, like, even from what I've learned, there's two different ways that you can I guess just like success, I guess you can say. And for a lot of people, they value right now, because of like the algorithm and everything like that, the numbers. So unfortunately, not everybody's gonna get those numbers. Even I don't get those numbers all the time. It depends on the content I do. You know what I mean? And even then, I don't, because of how many followers I have. I may not have like the people that have 11,000, 12,000, 100K. Like their level of like what's low views for them. For us that are smaller, we're like, we want those views. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But that's for them because of like how the landscape is right now. That's their low. For us, that might be our high. It really depends. Honestly, if you get to a point in your content and like in your networking where you go to conventions and people know who you are and they're like, I like your content, I feel like that's still a success in a way. And I didn't realize that until this year, because sometimes you're just like, oh well, this content, because it's just a picture, nobody's gonna really relate to it. Oh, you're talking about deep content, like deep things. You're letting people know about their lives. That may not always show up algorithm wise. They might just throw that into the ether. But you do a
Mm.
cosplay, they're not gonna throw that into the ether. You do a cosplay people like, they're not gonna throw that into the ether. You might randomly get a video that goes viral, then it never happens again. That just randomly happened. Like sometimes you don't have control of it. But like for me, um, when I go in person, when people recognize me from person, or like I've known people for a long time, and then I get connections through that, or get to work with them, and this that, and the third, that's how I know like I still should keep going. So I feel like, think of it that way. Like if you have a purpose and people are seeing the impact, even if it's just like through your DMs, or when you go to like when you start going to the conventions and people know your name, even though you're not seeing the numbers, that means you're doing some type of impact. Just keep that in mind. I feel like, because sometimes the number's gonna fuck you up, but like it's when you see people in person, it might remind you like, oh, you're really actually doing something. But,
Even just like a nice comment sometimes, like I would love, dude. Like if I ever go to it, like any convention, DreamCon, Anime NYC, Comic Con, whatever, and like someone like one person just like comes up to me, oh, are you X one?
yeah.
Yo, that would blow my fucking mind. Sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. You're
Can I
good.
curse
We're
my?
we're we're, we're, pa- we're past 30 minutes. I think that's what
Oh,
YouTube.
what? All right, but I was about to say, like that would blow my mind. Like even getting like, I got a lot of comments on what's it called, the dispatch gameplay that I did, and so many of them were like so encouraging, right? Like if you look at any other like upload of mine, they are not that concurrent. Like even Resident Evil, like it's like I have episode 1, and then like a month later is episode 2. For Dispatch, like I made sure that every single one of those episodes was on time every single week that an episode dropped. It was because of like the feedback from that, you know what I'm saying, like from those videos. So like that, like I get what you're saying. Like that would be incredible for for something like that to happen.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the almost last questions that I have is how you guys all met, and now we're here with, today talking with each other. And you guys also have a love for Invincible. What got you guys into Invincible?
I could start. What's it called? This I remember, like, I have like almost like a core memory of like where I was when I first saw Invincible. I think I was just like, because when did the first season come out? Like 2021, something like that.
Yeah, during COVID.
Yeah. So I was just scrolling on Instagram, like in my bed, whatever, and I think I technically got spoiled because I think the first thing that I saw was the clip of, I guess this is spoilers for those who haven't seen season 1, I guess. But I saw the I saw the clip of Nolan killing the Guardians, and I was like, damn, what the fuck is this? And so, you know, people in the comments were like, oh, you know, they were, you know, people in the comments were always gonna tell you what show it is. I was like, oh, it's Invincible. That's okay. I got Amazon Prime. Let me watch it. And so I think only the first 3 episodes were out at the moment. So I watched the first 3 episodes. Cool. I get up to episode 5 2 weeks later. I was like, this is so fire. I'm reading the comics. And so I literally spent like the rest of that month just religiously reading it. Right. It was 2020. I think I was like 16. Like I had no time. I had all the time in the world. So I was like, what else am I doing? Plus it was quarantine. And so I read that entire comic series, right? I even have, you probably can't see it on my wall or on my shelf. I have like one of the compendiums over here. I did read it online.
Ooh.
So I am the comic reader that people are afraid of, right? But it's like I try not to say nothing, right? Because I don't want people to you know, people want to enjoy it. People want to enjoy that story in the medium that they want to enjoy. They want to enjoy it in the show. Or, you know, with the show. And I can, you know, there are things I can complain about the show. There are complaints I have about the show. Yeah. But, you know, that's, I guess, for later conversation. Overall, I don't know. I've been a fan for Invincible for quite some time now. It's 5 years sounds crazy. Like 5, like even just thinking about that, like that I started reading it or getting into it 5 years ago. Like that's wild to me. But yeah, Invincible has become like one of my, you know, hyper fixations, you know.
I think you know, with a lot of the shows, we kind of find out about it through Twitter or social media. I just say Twitter is my main one, even though I know Twitter is such a toxic app, But it always makes me laugh, so that's why I just can't delete it, because I laugh every day I get on that app. So I mean, you know, Invincible that came out, people were talking about it. I hadn't got spoiled, but people was like, "Yo, Invincible, like, bruh, it's some heat." And it's like Amazon Prime. I was like, I don't got Amazon Prime, but my dad do. So I just text my dad. I was like, yo, can you send me the login so I can, you know, see what they talking about over here? And then he was like, yeah. And so, you know, I started watching it. And then, like Dylan said, that first episode at the end with Nolan, I was like, wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute. Did that just happen? I was like, wait a minute. I rewinded that shit like twice, you know? Somebody explain to me why this just happened. And I was like, we got a fake-ass Justice League who just got their ass whooped by the fake-ass Superman. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hold on now. But, yeah, I think, you know, I was addicted because I'm like, all right, so his son, Invincible, gonna do something about this, right? And I just kept watching. It's like, when is he going to just find out, like, his dad is really a piece of shit? You know what I'm saying? And so that was kind of what was intriguing with me, is, like, I just wanted to know when Invincible is going to find out that his dad is full of shit. And then, like, when he finally found out, I'm like, okay, he really going to put the paws on him, right? I'm thinking Invincible going to put the paws on Omni-Man.
That's what you thought at that fight?
I thought, I was like, all right, bro, he gonna probably lose, but it's gonna be almost like, you know, when
it'll be
Trunks
close
and Vegeta be fighting, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's gonna be close. Or when Goku and Gohan be fighting, because I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. And like I was telling Fallpaladin, I got this t-shirt at DreamCon, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, show it from the chat. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
Let's go.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I love Dragon Ball Z, so I always think about like Saiyan versus Viltrumite. So anyway, I'm thinking Invincible finna, all right, he gonna get some licks in on Omni-Man. That man got whooped, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, so after that, I was like, well, this was a good season. Where do we go from here? And so that's why it just kept me addicted to it. I mean, I'm like Des. I just like, I could have bought the book. You know, but and because a lot of my friends at that point like did what Dylan said, and it's like, all right, we gonna buy the book to figure out what happened. I was like, nah, I'd just rather just be along for the ride and just watch the TV show.
I will say, like, if you watch the first season of the show,
Yeah.
Like it would be very hard for you to just pick up the comics. And I say that as someone who picked it up in the middle of the season because they change a lot of shit. Like there are certain storylines that especially in the beginning, there are certain storylines that they don't do. There are certain characters that are entirely like Amber in the comics is an entirely different character. I fuck with Amber way more in the show than I do in the comics. Like in the comics, like she's really not that much of a character. Like you know what I mean? So a lot of the times they change shit like for better or for worse, usually for better in my opinion. But I wanted to say like just as like a quick thing because I don't want to like talk too much, but like I think one of the best things about the first episode about because you said that you were reacting to Omni-Man killing the Guardians or whatever is that I think because I've watched the first episode so many times because I've introduced the show to people and I'll sit down and watch I don't care, like I'll do it like, as many times as it takes, whatever. And so I've seen the first episode hella times. The thing about the first episode is that they do such a good job at like subverting your expectation because there's not like the turn that they make is so drastic where it's like throughout the first episode they're not really like cursing, there's not really like that much like blood or whatever. You wouldn't really assume that it's going to be the show that it's going to be. And then they show you that scene and then it's like, oh, what the fuck just happened? It's like, god damn, like we just jumped into the 1,000-foot pool, man. Like that, we just jumped into the deep end. You know what I mean? Like such a drastic difference. So I feel like that's what I love about that first episode. But I digress. My bad.
You're good. For me, it's pretty much like to piggyback off of what Richard said. Like I saw like that clip of the first episode, like that main fight, and it intrigued me. But what solidified it for me is when they introduced Battle Beast. And when he put the pause on them and Mark, and I'm just like, why he just a background character? He need his own damn show. He too damn strong. And like, I think what got me really intrigued with this show, when you watch superhero shows, you typically like when they have like an antagonist or whatnot, the protagonists usually like they find a way to win. Like the heroes are usually always like stronger than the villains. But this the one show where like it feel like
the protagonist stay getting his ass beat.
Yeah,
it's that invincible spirit though.
But the heroes themselves.
Invincible, you get your ass beat all the time. I'm like,
and it's like you be thinking. It got to a point where I was watching some of the stuff. Bro. I'm like, man, can we get some like other heroes up in here? And then the other heroes come and they get their ass whooped too. And I'm like, damn, why they make these villains so overpowered?
It's so many times in this show where Mark then got his chain snatched. I was like, bro, you don't even deserve to have this shit named after you no more. Call this show Rexplode, bro. Don't call it Invincible. Call this shit Rexplode.
I ain't gonna lie, it did get to a point like, bro, I'm tired of seeing Mark getting his ass whooped. I'm like, man, and I fuck with Mark.
I was like, you a bitch.
But man, it just like when Battle Beast came in, and I was like, okay, he beating him up, and like maybe he gonna get some like wounds or something, not a scratch. And when he got his hammer and like caved in his Mark's chest, invincible chest, I said, bro, I thought the show was gonna end right there. I thought that was it. And then when it got to the season finale, when Omni-Man beat the fuck out of like Mark, I was like, damn. I'm like, and then you be thinking how it's gonna like. I was like, okay, ain't nothing gonna top this. And it seems like every season finale or like get close to the season finale of each season, it ones up each other. And that's what got me like, okay, I can't wait for the next season now. And so when season 4 hit and Thrag actually, it was crazy that like people was trying to put like Thrag on Fraud Watch on the first showing. And I'm like, I'm like, bro, we haven't even seen when like when he lost Argall's skull, when he went to go back to get it, and people was like, oh my god, like he weak. I'm like, bro, he hasn't even fought nobody yet. How he's on fraud? And then when he actually fought, I was like, oh man, I knew he was tough. I knew when he was tough when Mark tried to hit him and he got a reverse impact frame.
Nah, reverse is crazy.
No, reverse. Bro, you went to punch him at his head, and now you got your bones broke.
Right.
Like, come on. Like
that Conquest shit did not impress him. He said, "I killed Conquest." He said, "Okay."
Right. He was like,
and the thing is, that's when I got respect for Invincible. That's why I finally got to the point where it's like, all right, bro, I guess I can wear your costume because you didn't finally did something to Conquest. Like, not once, but twice. You beat him. You proved the second time wasn't no fluke.
Besides towards the end, when he was choking him, he was really putting the paws on Conquest. Conquest, like, he really wasn't doing nothing to him in that second fight. And it was, like, drastic. Because in the first one, he was like, all right, like, I'm kind of like, I want to beat you up, but I'm not trying to, like, really kill you yet. But that second one, when they was in space, he was like, bro, like, you supposed to have been dead. I'm really finna get you out of here now. This ain't finna be no part 3.
Yeah.
He said, we're not doing the trilogy.
We're not doing the damn trilogy. This is finna end today. And then, like, another, like, now we are talking about season 4, and I said this, the MVP of that season was Space Racer.
Yes,
like
yes.
I know he's an alien. I know he's an alien.
That's what the show should be named after.
He's a black man at heart, though. He's a black man at heart. Because literally, he came in, he got his KD up, and when it was time to go, he didn't explain that. His ass was
out there.
His ass was gone. I ain't hearing no explanation. If y'all hear when this shit happened, then that's on y'all. But guess what?
So
I'm out this beat. And the man, and that gun is crazy.
That is nasty. I don't know, like they had to go deep. Like even in the comics, I don't think they really went in depth. Like they need to like. I don't know. They need to like explain that gun better, man. Like you can't just pull that. Here's my destroy everything Ray. Like goddamn, what the fuck?
Like man, like it's like an instant kill too. I'm like, damn.
Shout out Tech Jacket too, though. Tech Jacket was putting up working too. Like I remember, I found out about Tech Jacket in the Invincible War, and my friend was telling me, no, Tech Jacket is nice, like peak game. And then like learning more about her in this most recent season, like her and Alan during their own missions, I'm like, okay, you can hold your own. Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? I almost like low key. I almost wanted to do a Tech Jacket cosplay, but I was like, man, I just wouldn't even know where to begin if I tried to do all that. Yeah.
Definitely Fall. What got you into Invisible?
Yeah, I think listening to y'all talk, I'm like, this is basically sounds like kind of like wrestling or with the gore.
Yeah.
I like wrestling. We can get into that too. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think it's just how bloody it was. I was like, oh, they're showing this in comics now. Like, I think it was very violent, and that's what I'm gonna keep it really straight and blunt to you. I needed to see some violence. I needed violence in my life, and Invincible provided it during COVID. I actually forgot that we watched that during COVID too. I was like, whoa, was that when we were all at home?
It came out at the start, like around the start of COVID too.
That was like peak COVID. It was 2021.
Yeah.
Everyone was inside. You could not go outside.
Okay.
It just got me thinking, like, okay, what are all the things we got into COVID? That I feel like that's like truly who you are. Whatever you got into in COVID, period, that's actually who you deeply ingrained to be. You know what I'm saying? Everything after is just like, you say what?
No, I said that's interesting. Like I kind of see what you're saying.
Yeah, we were in the Twilight Zone.
Oh, that was, speaking of Twilight Zone, that was a hell of a show they had during COVID. Shout out Jordan Peele. I remember watching that during COVID.
Wait, what?
Which one?
You don't remember Jordan Peele had a Twilight Zone TV show? It was coming on CBS. I think he
saw
was like
that.
going.
I'm not gonna lie to you, though.
Bro, look it up, bro. I wish we could do a watch scene like that. Them episodes was fine. Like that first season.
That's low-key some shit I would do. Like reaction
Yeah.
videos. Like I would low-key do reaction videos. No bullshit.
I think they did 2 seasons, but that first season was heat. I don't think I ever watched the second season, but that first season was heat. It had like every episode had like an A-list celebrity or at least like a B-list celebrity. Like Jordan Peele was like, all right, bro, don't play with me. Like I would bring it.
I really want you to produce our show.
Oh,
Like we
shit.
just do reactions. I think it would be cool. I think, one of these, you're like, nah, I gotta get paid for that.
Group reactions are also, I feel like, in my opinion, like they're a little easier like to make, like just because you have they have like input from literally everybody. Like it's not really just the burden's not just on you. I wouldn't call it a burden, but it's not just on you to talk about what you're reacting to. So like I would always, I'd be down for that. You know what I'm saying?
I would too.
Just hit me. I'm down.
And my last question is well, shout out to Fall for getting you guys all on here. And I wanted to ask, like, since y'all all met, what kept y'all talking to each other? Because as you know, you can meet people at a convention, but sometimes, all of you guys still interacting afterwards. It has to be like, it's just a connection. You get what I'm saying? So what about, the group of you guys here that you guys kept in contact, putting people on? Because that's what Fall did technically, having you all on the show. And I know that means a lot for her and like having proper connection. So there has to be a reason. So I think that's the last question I was going to ask.
I think like when it comes to, I guess just like people in that space, like it's like when you have that common interest, it's so easy to talk about that initially, but then you talk about a common interest for so long that you just start talking about things that maybe you don't have in common. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that makes the conversation flow a little easier. And like I remember talking to them at DreamCon for like a fairly long time. Like even after we were done interviewing or being interviewed by Fall, like we like checked out like some arcade machines, or like we were just like talking in general with like the you know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's easy. I think to like keep talking to someone like that. You know what I mean? Like you have a good time once, you're gonna have a good time again, right? That's what we're here. There you go.
Anybody else want to share?
I mean, like me and Dad, like we talk all the time. Like that's my dog. Like that's my brother. So like we before like it wasn't that we talk damn near probably like maybe once a week or like every other week or whatever. So we keep in contact. I mean, DreamCon was a trip that like him and I and some of my other mutual friends we all come together for. But then I think coming out of DreamCon, being that this was our 3rd year doing that, like we was like, all right, why should it stop at DreamCon? Like we should start like doing more trips or experiences like this. Like me and him, and some of our other friends who came with us to DreamCon, we finna hit Orlando for this Halloween Horror Night in October. You know what I'm saying? So we've been going through the logistics of that. I didn't had to kind of take the leadership of the group thing as far as like the logistics in it all. You know what I'm saying? But which I always be trying to tell them, man, I ain't trying to be like no dictator. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all motherfuckers don't make no decisions, then I'm finna just start saying what we gonna do. Or whatever. So, but I mean, and then Fall, like she's always hitting me up, like just tapping in, and I always appreciate that because I'm like, I'm busy. Des will tell like I'm busy all the time. With work, with relationship, with like other stuff. Like I have 2 dogs that are like outside of this door right now. You know what I'm saying? I tell them don't come in. To let me do this. You know what I'm saying? It's and a cat. You know what I'm saying? We don't even want to get into the cat. You know what I'm saying? But like. So just always checking in, tapping in, to see how things are. I always appreciate that. But yeah, and Dylan, I'm always watching what you're doing. And like Dylan was talking about, like after we got done talking about Invincible, like I said, me and him were just like talking basketball because he a New Yorker, and I don't like the Knicks. I'm not happy that they won the championship, but I'm happy for them.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm happy for them New Yorkers, man. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, man.
Dylan a good guy, but for the most part, them New Yorkers ain't good people, bro. So you know.
Nah, I feel like we get a bad rap. I feel like we get a bad rap.
We are in the wrong timeline that the New Yorkers have finally won something, bro. This is the worst timeline we could be in. We got a horrible president. We got the Knicks who won the title.
No, but we lost one of the games because of said president. You feel what I'm saying? Like
hey man, y'all probably would have got that shit. He wasn't there.
Imagine, golly,
but shout out to them. You know, as much as I hate the Knicks, you know what I'm saying. Like looking at how New Yorkers really, rallied around them folks, and like they deserved it, bro. They deserved. Like looking at that parade, watching Donnie's speech, they deserved it, bro. But Dylan will tell you who the team that got the most victories off of them in the playoffs, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Now listen, I got respect for the Hawks, man. You know, it's
you know what I'm saying? That's my ride or die.
You'll always hear some fuck Trae Young shit in what's it called in NYC, but it's like, what you gonna do, man?
Hey, I'm with y'all. You know, he ain't on the team no more.
But,
so it's definitely
that's true. He's not on the team. That's true.
That's
true. That's fair.
That man went to OU. Me and Dez wasn't fucking with him in college. I only just started fucking with him because he was on my team. Now he ain't on the team. It's not the fuck Trae Young. You know what I'm saying? It's Devin Johnson's team now.
Oh my god.
I think what helped me, because you know me and Rich, we brothers and stuff like that. But I think I appreciate too is like, you know, Fall kept in touch with me as well, and then like the amount of people that like post DreamCon stuff after is what helped me keep in contact with a lot of people. Like, and Rich, you know, I don't really be posting stories and stuff like that or like anything on Instagram like that. But I was like, you know, I had so many pictures that we took. I was like, you know, I'm gonna post this time. And I had people hit me up that ain't hit me up in years. That was like that really like, you know, because at some point, like, you know, when I first got years ago when I post on like Instagram and stuff, like I post, but it was just like, man, I don't take pictures a lot because like, I didn't think like, you know, I was gonna stand out like that. And so I was like, you know, I'm not really, and even now, like, I don't really post pictures like that. But like I said, if there was one event that I was gonna take pictures of, it was DreamCon. And so when I took those pictures, and a lot of people was like, man, you look real dope and stuff. And then they found out like who, like, you know, who I was. I was like, oh man, I didn't realize you like this. Because, you know, like some of the stuff that like that's cool now, I'm not gonna say it wasn't cool in high school or whatnot, or like middle school or whatnot. But I felt like you was more prone to get roasted on.
I deserved to get roasted when I was in middle school. I'm not gonna lie. I dead ass deserved to get.
What you doing?
What did I do? I feel like for me, I was always like, I can never say that I got like bullied for liking anime. Like I feel like I didn't. I was like I was saying at the beginning, there weren't that many. I had my friends who liked anime, right? Like my 2-3 friends who liked anime, but for the most part of my school, which was a pretty small school, no one really like cared for anime like that. And so no one would bully me for it. But I know for a fact that they would look at me crazy. I had like, I think it was like in 8th grade or 7th grade, I had like a shirt that had like, it was like Eat Sleep Anime or some bullshit like that. And I was like, and I remember like looking at pictures like that, I'm like, damn, what the fuck am I wearing, y'all? Like that, like really, what did I have on? I was like what's my this? That's what I'm saying. Like I think
you had the drip. What do you mean?
I had the drip. Just like looking back at it, I was like, why did my mother let me buy this? I was like, that shit. I don't know. I mean, that's part of being a kid, man. You gotta be cringe at some point. You know what I mean? Mine happened to be in middle school. Exactly. Yeah. As a kid, you know, it's your right to be cringe.
Yeah.
No.
You have the right to be cringe. I love that. I think the thing that's going to, I will say the thing that kept us in contact, honestly, was your show, Anime Inc. I'm going to just keep giving you your flowers. I'm gonna keep giving you your flowers because that's the reason why I was staying in contact. I was like, well, we were all gonna talk about Invincible, but you know, I don't really have. I don't have the hosting in me like the way you have the show that you've been consistently running. You know what I'm saying? You've been running this for a while, so I was like, I feel like this really kept us going, and the thing that's probably gonna keep us in contact is like I just got to listen to all of y'all talk about what you've inspired to do in content. So like I'm expecting, some let's plays over there, Desmond, to keep me entertained. DeeGoody, I know now that you got some gaming videos up. I'm gonna be subscribing to that and be in your comment section. And then Richard, what did you say you were gonna do for us?
I mean, I haven't really decided to get.
You're gonna produce. You're our producer. That's right.
I'm just, I just kind of stay in my lane and just try to be good at it.
You got like no funny shit. Like you got like a producer name. You know what I'm saying? Like Richard Benson. I'm seeing you in the credits, bro. Like I'm telling you right now.
I appreciate it. One time I put my name in the news credits and they said, "Don't do that shit again."
Wow, what the fuck? Wait, why?
We're gonna download the app.
I always buck the system, bro. Like when I'm not on TV, it'll be like a newscast, and then I like put a little lower third that says produced by Richard Benson. I got called into the principal's office like the very next day. They said, "Don't do that shit again." And the funny thing is, like, my newsroom is predominantly black. Like, and I think that's why I've become even so much more comfortable in this space, is because I've never, like, been in a newsroom where almost everybody look like me. Like, my boss is black. The second in command is black. Our anchors are black. Like, we maybe have 5 Caucasian people in the building. So, like, we get very loose in there. And I know we're professional journalism. We be saying nigga, we be saying bitch, we be saying shit. We don't say that on TV now. We don't. We don't. But I'm saying, like, when we be talking to each other, like, we be talking to each other almost like how we be talking to each other. And it's the most loose newsroom I've ever been in, which is why I love Memphis. I mean, Memphis, obviously, like every city, got its problems and whatnot. But I really love this city. I love the team that I'm working with, even though I didn't seen a lot of changes and a lot of turnover. But I think the reason that kind of keeps me in Memphis and like doing and really making me get better with the job is because like before I thought everything had to be so perfect. Like what Des was talking to, like 100% perfect. You know what I'm saying? No depths in the gameplay. That's almost like how you think the journalism shit should be. You think when you watch TV that everything's supposed to be perfect, but then like once you can get once you're around the people who you okay with failing at with, even though failure it shouldn't be acceptable, but that you're okay, like, okay, if I fail, it's not the end of the world, then you get some more loose. And I think that's kind of what's made me better as a professional and as a human, is because I'm like, wait a minute, these are folks who like, I always say eat with the niggas you starve with. I ain't starved with all of y'all, you know what I'm saying? I feel like some of y'all, with Memphis being known for grit and grind, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these folks in the building get it out the mud just like how I get it out the mud. And so that's why it's kind of like a very much culture thing and stuff like that. So I just try to stay good in my role, man. A lot of people tell me I don't have a TikTok. Like my sister, my girl always telling me to get a TikTok. They tell me to post more Instagram reels. I just try to be a company man a little bit and do stuff for the company, but sometimes I do understand that Richard Benson is a brand and stuff like that. So I'm still trying to find my space in that. And so I can't promise y'all I'm going to be coming out with any content, but we're working on it. We'll see what happens.
Hell yeah, man.
So yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to all of y'all, and I just want to give you guys a chance to, for people that want to follow you, where they can follow you, put the ads and everything like that.
I don't see why not. You know what I'm saying? What's it called? It's relatively the same on everything. At least I think obviously on YouTube, it's the same way that it's spelled. What's it called? On Talk Studio right here, it's just DeeGoody. I think on Instagram there's just an extra Y at the end of my name. On TikTok, to my knowledge, I think it's just DeeGoody. There is my actual like at on TikTok is D, and it's DeeGoody, but it's Goody with zeros instead of O's.
Okay.
So that's probably my three social medias that I predominantly use.
For me, my Instagram is RD2_the Chief. That's a little bit just a dig look into my personal life. I haven't really posted that much lately, really since we came back from DreamCon. Like Dan said, we took so many pictures of DreamCon. You can make I can make a photo album, a photo book out of everything I did at DreamCon.
So you
Just
should.
on that alone. But I need to start getting back active again. It's just like my life be a little bit so busy that I just sometimes just like putting my phone down. But I mean, yeah, on Instagram, RD2_the Chief. On Twitter, if you want to follow my professional, it's RD2 Sports. My personal, where I'm a little bit of a troll on there, and a little bit me uncensored, it's your boy with boy being BOI RD2, and those are my socials. Like I said, I don't have a TikTok. I'm not downloading that woke nonsense. I'm just playing. But yeah, I don't have a TikTok. I'm starting to get into Threads a little bit because I'm starting to kind of find a little bit of my space in there, but not to the point where I want to. I mean, it's the same thing as my Instagram. So I mean, that's my socials.
And then my socials I mainly use. So like on Instagram is davis9988. On Twitter, I mainly look at Twitter to like see funny stuff that's on there, or like it's almost become like almost like a sports deal for me, because like when NFL hit like mainly for like NFL or like UFC, I post a lot about that stuff. But my handle on Twitter is Dynamite BSO. And then on YouTube, my channel name is Dino Tarantino.
What?
Oh, to for your socials.
Like plug your stuff.
No, I was just like blown. I was like, Dino Tarantino, interesting. I was writing it down. Wait, where did it come from?
Every NFL Sunday, Des be always tweeting "Fly Eagles Fly," and I'll be like, "Here, this."
Birds is my team, man. The Birds is my team.
Right, if win or lose, this man called me every Sunday about the Eagles, bro. I'll be like, bro, I'm a Falcons fan. I want to hear this shit every Sunday. Especially if my team lost, bro. You're like, yeah, bro, the Eagles, we 3-0. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about that shit.
I gotta let you know. I gotta let the world know. I gotta let you know when we win, and I gotta let you know who's kicking me off.
That's for all the times that y'all played Tekken. You know what I'm saying? You gotta call.
That's true. And I'm just fallpaladin everywhere, y'all. I'm easy.
Okay. But yeah, definitely. Thank you guys for coming to the impromptu stream. I know I don't do Saturday, but this is an exception. So I'm grateful we did it. Got to learn about everybody. You're welcome. And
look at that, we almost did 2 hours. Look at
that.
I did mention like sometimes it could be 1 to 2, 1 to 1.5, depending on how many people. So I always make sure it ends at 2 hours because I'm not that those podcasts that go like 4 + 5. I know people got stuff to do. But definitely, I appreciate you guys for coming on. For my long story short, hi, my name's Lizzie, AnimeInkArt. I'm not near the art wall. I mean, there is a picture frame there. Let me go get the picture frame. But 1 second.
Yeah, shout out to art.
Yeah.
Because for those that used to watch on Instagram, I have the wall over there that has like support for other artists with my stuff. I mean, this is the only thing that's on the wall right now. Like that's some of my art. Right
wow,
there.
okay.
Let's go. I like that.
So,
that's a clean as fuck frame too.
Yeah, thank you. I traditionally draw and I digitally edit. That's what I do. It's kind of like a combination because I haven't transferred to straight digital yet. But if you want commissions, I'm doing that. It's open. If you go to Anime Ink Art 1, you get everything that I'm doing because there's a lot of stuff that I'm doing at once. But yes, that's my art brand, the Shopify, the Redbubble, that's still there, but I'm trying to push the Shopify. We're getting back into that. Now, vending will be more next year. We just have to take a little break because of everything we're doing and everything like that. Shout out to Capital City Anime Fest, because for people that know, I do AnimeInkArt Live Talks. That started 2 years after I started, my brand and everything. If you want to be on the show, we have the form in the link tree. We do open calls every once in a while, so that's when people will message us and we give them the form. It makes it a little easier. Some people do sign up directly in the link tree, so I always provide the link if you want to be part of the show. We're always open throughout the year. Is whenever you sign up, we do a show. So that's how it usually works. We do cosplay as well. We've been getting more into that as people were like, you kind of are a cosplayer because you were cosplaying. You're closet cosplaying for your designs, and then you decided to cosplay more, and then you've been able to collab with people and everything like that. Shout out to Otaku Noir. They make amazing mystery boxes for the Blur community, everything nerdy, all Black creators and everything like that. They have my cosplay is Black cosplay calendar. I was in it in 2025. Fast forward to us doing work together and everything like that. I'm an affiliate. If you use code AnimeInkArt, you should get free shipping off your order. I gotta make sure I promote that. Please do that. Please check out their boxes. We got to put one of I don't have the sticker for it, but they had a Sirens box that was all based on, African mermaids, Sirens, R&B month and everything like that. They asked me to make art for it, so I have art in the box with a few other like Black authors and creators. If the box is still available, you can purchase it. Check us all out. Purchase the box if you want. We really would appreciate it. Thank you to Hanif and the team for giving me that opportunity. We had got the opportunity grant from Blurs Unite. Whoever knows about Blurs Unite, they do great stuff. Check them out over there. So we're part of their family. Well, like whenever you get their grant, you're always part of the family in some capacity. So I always appreciate them for that. We also volunteer with Critical Care Comics. They provide toys and comics to the children at different hospitals. So there's one in Las Vegas, New York, where I'm at, in South Carolina. So you can either be a regular volunteer, help distribute the toys and the comics, or you can dress up as Marvel and DC if you like that. If you can be any of the characters, you make it age appropriate depending on what you do. We do a lot of Superman, Spider-Man, we've had people do Batman and everything like that. They greet the children, they give the toys out that we distribute. If you want to be a part of the New York chapter, if you're in the New York chapter, please sign up. Go to www.criticalcarecomics.org. We're trying to get more people. If you're interested, you have the timing to do it once a month. You're able to drive. Even if you don't drive, if you're able to make it to the business, please help us out. I'm probably gonna be interviewing you. I'm not gonna lie, because I've been doing that for the past few months. So you'll have a familiar face. But yeah, that's the gist of it. We'll have another show on Monday, and with that, we're signing off, guys. Bye.